All right, so I'm a one take kind of YouTuber. I make videos, so we're just gonna be breaking down differences between scalping, day trading, swing trading, and leaps. I'm gonna give you, my advice for what I use for each of them, who I think should be taking each of them, how to play them, maybe other tips as we go along. But first of all, I want to break down scalping. The quickest one, people will tell you, it's anywhere from 30 seconds up to like 10 minutes. I'd say 10 minutes. Yeah. Um, and obviously, one of my favorite strategies, along with many other people, is a VWAP test. For one, you want to go on the 1 minute because scalping's quick. Again, 30 seconds. I like to line up the time frame of my trade. So if I'm swinging something for like a week, maybe I want to go on the weekly or the daily, right? If I'm doing a day trade, maybe I want a 5 to 30 minute trade, right? If I'm doing scalping, I want 30 seconds to 5, 10 minutes. Yeah. But stay on the 1 minute chart because it's about that time frame, right? So for one, scalping, VWAP. Look at these tests. Look, you're testing VWAP one, right off. Yeah, goes right up. Yeah, even test the top. Then you can take a put, scalp, 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 and then all the way up. And then once you break through this top VWAP, you can see it comes down and test, and every single time you can just scalp all the way up. Yeah, even when it comes down, tries to wick off, doesn't really get there, but still, that's a scalp. We're talking. This is NVIDIA. Most people want to do SPY for 0 DTE, but you could do either one as long as you have big money to play with. Your stops are, 5, 10%. Your take profits are 5, 10%. Maybe you could push to 20% if it's 0 DTE. But again, stick with the small stuff, big money, take multiple trades in a day. Have your stops pretty much the same as your take profits, if not maybe a little bit skewed to your take profit side. But yeah, again, you could see break a VWAP. You could go test right here. Yeah, you could see here. And again, on 5 minutes, this is why you could also use the 5 minutes for scalping as well, because this would be a wick. So it comes down, right? Wicks off this VWAP all the way back up. You can see we break again. We can test, retest, bounce again. Retest. We just keep riding it. Even every single time this test here, you could scalp, scalp, scalp. Not the biggest moves, 137.8 to 138.10ish, right? But yeah, personally, my strategies for scalping, you could also do like support and resistance. Which again, I like VWAP better. I had a better example on SPY actually. So let's just head over to SPY really quick. For today, what was it again? I forget actually where was it? Where was it? I mean, I guess this could be a sort of example. I mean, double bottom here. I mean, not really. It's not the best example, but double bottom. Boom, boom. You take it to this high. So here, this will be like a 5 minute trade. I mean, sort of a day trade. Again, I like support and resistance better for day trade, which we'll get into a second. Just gonna try to find one more example of a scalp off of support. I mean, I guess this is a better one here. Comes down, same wick. This is a bullish hammer over here. Same thing, wicks here, right? You got that big long candle. That's your scalp right there. Even all the way up to VWAP again. And it's the same thing again. Bouncing off VWAP up to the higher VWAP. But yeah, that's my personal opinion. Again, you go to indicators, VWAP. You'll see it pop up. Boom, VWAP, volume weighted average price. And yeah, that's one of the indicators you can use. And guys, if you want any like indicators like for buy sells for VWAP and stuff like that, let me know. And again, join the Discord. We have monthly codes and lifetime codes right now. For lifetime, code life, monthly code cash. And there's a few spots left of each. So anyway, let's get into day trades next. For day trades, like I said, we're going to go over to, let's say Microsoft this time. Like I said, for day trades, I like support and resistance. Okay. Let's see. Can we get a big one here? I mean, I guess this is a good one right here as well. Bang, right there. Same wicks, all the way up to the highs up here. Look, it's perfect. 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wick. Boom, that's your day trade right there. Take it the low, high. If it breaks down, that's another day trade as well. Opening range break. I'm not going to go over the times right now, see if this is opening range break. But anyway, yeah, you break down here, and you can find another level and actually lines up almost perfectly again. Maybe a little bit less. We can still see it hovers around this area. Yeah, opening range break or any kind of break of a level. Yeah, you can see this was pretty There's a strong support. At least it indicates that it is with this big wick down here on the 5 minute. 10 minute is basically the same as well. And you have this big candle as well to add into it. You see the break over here of that previous support. And you're likely dropping down to what was over here, right? The flag up. Yeah. Or the next leg up, at least from this. This is more of a demand zone, we get a lot of demand, which would probably, if we break down through this again, you could probably look for moves down here, down here, down here. But yeah, that is my, again, opening range break is probably one of my favorite strategies to use. So a break like this, break of support, look for the next level down. Again, stops, stops should be based always on technical analysis and what you're personally up in profits, risk, play with profits. Again, I always tell people you're up 200, maybe risk 50, maybe risk 100. It depends, up to you, honestly. But yeah, again, based on TA, don't just base it on a blanketed whatever. Hell, during the 5 minute candle, right? You could have bought here on the break, but then for a second it wicked up. But the 5 minute candle didn't close, but you're already minus 10, 20%. So if you just stop at 10, 20%, you're stopped out, and then the 5 minute candle ends up closing. You should probably wait for the candle to close anyway, which is another tip I have for day trading. Wait for the 5 minutes or the 10 minutes or the 15-minute candle to close to enter your trade, because that just gives you, more verification that it's actually remaining bullish and buyers that aren't there. Because again, it could have been, 2 minutes into the candle, right? And that's why the 1 minute can be okay for this. But again, stick to the 5. 2 minutes into the candle, you buy, and then it wicks up and holds the support. Okay, well then now you're kind of screwed, right? It's likely going to start coming back up. But 5 minute candle closes under. Okay, you can enter here. Boom, boom, boom. Right now you have a trade from all the way down to 423.3. From about 424.5. That is a beautiful day trade. Depending on what day of the week, depending on what contract you have, you could be looking at 20% for next week's. You could be looking at 40% for this week contracts, and even 100% for 0 DTE. Yeah, obviously depending on theta and delta and all that. Anyway, let's move over to leap trades. Again, I like going up the ladder with my leaps. So, we're talking, again, I'd start from, 30 minutes to an hour, up to a day or a week when you're going into swing trades. Also, I want to go over one more thing. Sorry, I'm just rapid fire right now. Scalping is best for active traders. If you are working a job, if you're doing this or that, the scalping is not for you. Day trading is also active traders. Maybe be a little bit looser on it, because again, like you see here, you have, it's from 13:45. I have UTC time on. I don't know why. So, you have an hour and a half trade right from here to here, right? That's a decent trade. From here to here, it's about like 30 minutes, but still a lot more time than scalping, which is 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes. You're in and out of that thing. You have to be paying attention. You can set your stops immediately, but again, active traders, still probably best to keep an eye on it, especially for scalping. All right, anyway, day trading. Let's go to day trading. Let's go daily for, or swing trading, sorry. Let's go swing trading. Swing trading, the people who should be doing swing trading are the people who are working jobs, right? And I love this setup. Swing trading, my favorite thing to look for is a trend. A trend. It is so simple to find the trend. Look at this. This is days, right? Every candle you see here is a day. These are big moves. Boom, it touches, comes down, touches again, boom, another swing. Touches again, you're already back up. Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, basically 5, 6, sort of. And these are big money trades. This is from 412 all the way up to 434 on Microsoft. That is a humongous trade. You buy $20 out the money calls like a week ago. You're up huge, massive. So again, trend is my favorite. You can also use supply and demand, support and resistance. I will make videos more in depth on supply and demand and support and resistance. I think I already put out the supply and demand. I might not have, but I'll get to it. I promise. Also, another thing, I'm going to be making a indicator for opening range break. It'll show you the high and the low of the opening range, and if it breaks, it'll give you a buy signal or a sell signal. All right. Anyway, so let's get into leaps. And for leaps, or what am I doing? Leaps. What am I doing? Well, let's do meta. Leaps is the same thing. I do like, for one, I'd probably go weekly even for leaps. Again, I like support and resistance. I like supply and demand. I really like trend and I really like breaks of those levels. Okay. So, I mean, again, here you see right here is actually beautiful. This is a break that I would like to look for right here, right? These are previous highs. You can even see that it, like, as soon as it breaks this, massive, massive candle up, massive candle. This is your leap right here, right? You enter as soon as it breaks this, boom. You can even enter when it breaks this little downtrend you got going on down here. This could also be a leap. Even, I mean, you don't need the biggest returns. Again, like, I mean, you want to go for bigger returns on leaps, obviously, but it breaks this little downtrend here, right? Boom, you can enter to try to get back up to this point or back to this point. If it breaks this, you can keep going. Um, yeah, let's see. Let's also look for EMAs because I know EMAs people do enjoy. But again, I'm really just trend, supply and demand, support and resistance, and breaks. You want to see breaks at those levels. The 20. No, let's get the 200. Let's get the 920, 50, 200. Again, you can see this here. Leaps as well. You could ride. You see this cross, right? It's under EMAs. See that cross up? Okay, now you're going to start riding it up. It's one of the things I like to look for as well. Leaps should, again, be people working, super busy, or just people who want passive income alongside your investments. And I recommend everybody, when you make a profit on options trade, take out half, put it into long-term stuff, right? And then, you keep the other half, and eventually you'll get to the point where you're trading for free. Or at least you're trading with knowing the fact that you'll never go to zero because you have money still earning you money in the market. And it'll always be there for as long as the market exists, right? And it's going to probably exist for a while, okay? And it's going to continue to trend up long term, aiming for that 7% yearly, which is another video I have to make because it's actually scary territory right now with SPY all-time highs. I'm worried about what our next generation, they're going to start opening retirement accounts. It's going to be scary. Anyway, save that for another video. So yeah,